Okay, so real quick, somebody just sneezed outside, right? And I was like, oh, bless you. But then I held my breath, which is something that I do all the time. If you cough around me, sneeze around me, anything, I don't care where we're at. I have a tendency, I basically trained myself at this point to hold my breath. I'd be like, you can't even tell, right? Except for maybe a vein that pops up in my forehead. And I give myself like, okay, a good amount of time to bat away the germs. And in my mind, they're all gone. So now I can breathe again, right? Now, what I received behind that is just like, okay, wait, I have another story. Hold on. Okay. So I statements. So another true story. Yesterday, it doesn't matter, time isn't real. There was this guy I saw walking down the street and he coughed. He said, openly, just like that. And he was walking. So as he was walking, he walked directly into his cough. And I said, oh, you just gonna eat that? Okay. Right. And it made me think of, I don't know if you guys have seen this, the reel. There's this man on Instagram, I think mainly, where he be dancing to music and stuff. And then he has a shirt unbuttoned to his navel and he's just vibing, right? Then he sprays his cologne and he catches it with the other hand and he pat, 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 puts it on, right? So in my mind, that's what this guy did with the cough. I was like, you might as well caught it and pat, pat, pat right onto yourself, right? Now, I promise I'm making it make sense. But the reason I feel compelled to share that is because we got to be careful what we're walking into, what we're surrounding ourselves with, who we're surrounding ourselves with, and all the things, because sometimes those people, places, and things will be the very things that cause us to get sick. Now, I don't necessarily just mean physically sick, right? Yeah, you could catch a cold from somebody else or whatever it is, but I'm talking about your mental, your physical, your emotional, your everything is often, more often than not, determined by those that you surround yourself with. So if you're going to continue to stay in that proverbial puff of smoke, I'm saying that right now because I'm looking at somebody smoking a cigarette, right? Listen, everybody makes their own decisions. Live your life, vaya con Dios, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm telling you based off of my own personal experiences, what I've learned. So I'm gonna use I statements again. Listen, if I decide to be around people who have no aspirations or, just are complacent or happy with talking about other people or gossiping or whatever it is, then that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna absorb whatever it is that I'm around. So if I'm walking into that puff of smoke, guess what? I'm gonna end up smelling like smoke. Jesus ain't in that fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna walk out with my clothes still fresh and clean like I'm a member of Outcast. You know what I'm saying? No. What's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna end up coming out smelling like smoke. People are gonna smell it on me. But here, catch this part is that I might not even notice the smell because I've grown so accustomed to it that it's just a part of my everyday life. It's just a part of my walk, right? But when people come around me, all of a sudden I start hearing conversations of people saying, oh, you smell that? Somebody must be smoking. What's the smell of smoke? Meanwhile, I'm do-do-do, right? So we have to be aware is what I'm trying to say. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because we have to be aware of our surroundings. We can't just walk through this world oblivious. I mean, we can be NPCs, we can be non-playable characters and not care about what's going on around us, who we associate with, or anything like that, and live a great life. We can still be joyous. Sometimes, if I'm being quite honest, and I am, those are the happiest of lives because we operate through ignorance. And that is no blame or shame or judgment to anybody else because, again, we all choose our path. We all choose which direction we want to go. However, what I am saying is you don't have to worry about things. If you just going along to get along and you hang out with anybody and everybody and you associate with anybody and everybody and you say yes to everybody's invitation and all those things, then you're going to be fancy free and footloose, probably, right? However, if you're working on your ascension, if you're working on kingdom building, in that place and space, you have to be more cognizant or aware of your surroundings. You cannot surround yourself with the people version of smoke and expect to come out smelling like flowers and daffodils. Picking up what I'm putting down. You see what I'm saying? I say all that to say this. Assess your surroundings. Sit back sometimes instead of diving into the conversations, instead of walking into your own cough, maybe just listen for a little bit. See what the conversations are about. If they're about positivity, if they're about being uplifted, if they're about goals and aspirations and inspiring and all those different types of things, or maybe even talking about what was on a TV show because it's just entertaining and nice, but it's a positive direction, then yeah, maybe you're at the right table. But if you're in a seat where they're gossiping, where they are talking about people who maybe not even there, if they are, in a dark negative space, then maybe you want to reassess. I'm not saying you got to push back from the table and run away, but I am saying use your discernment. Is this a reflection of where you want to be? Do you want to continue to smell like smoke, or do you want to walk away and have a nice little airy, fresh feeling? So it's up to you. Walk into your cough. Don't walk into your cough. You know what I say? It's my moments, your life. You're strong, you're powerful. You get to decide. And that's it. Bye.